I watched a man spend 20 minutes yesterday standing in the supermarket aisle, staring at two different brands of olive oil. He was calculating the price per ounce down to the fourth decimal point. He eventually chose the one that saved him 84 cents. He looked triumphant. He walked out to the parking lot, got into a $60,000 SUV he can barely afford, and drove back to a job he hates to pay for a lifestyle he doesn't have time to live. That man is doing everything right according to the rules we were taught. He is being frugal. He is watching the pennies. And he is staying absolutely, fundamentally poor. The math of the middle class is a lie. We have been conditioned to believe that wealth is the result of 1,000 tiny sacrifices. We skip the latte. We clip the digital coupons. We drive 10 miles out of our way to save 6 cents a gallon on fuel. We treat our lives like a series of microscopic accounting errors that need to be corrected. But while you are focusing on the 84 cents, the structural levers of your life are being pulled by someone else. Frugality is a defensive strategy. You cannot win a game by only playing defense. If you want to understand why you feel like you're running underwater despite doing everything right, we need to look at the invisible cost of being cheap. We need to talk about the cognitive tax of small numbers. Most financial advice focuses on the what you spend, what you save, what you buy. But the what doesn't matter nearly as much as the how. Specifically, how much of your limited mental bandwidth are you spending to save $10? Every human being has a finite amount of decision-making energy per day. It's a biological fact. If you spend your morning debating the price of strawberries or searching for a promo code for a $15 order, you are depleting the same reservoir of energy you need to negotiate a raise, spot a market trend, or build a scalable system. You are trading high-value cognitive energy for low-value financial return. That is a losing trade every single time. Let's look at the math they don't show you. Assume you spend 5 hours a week optimizing your spending through frugality. You find the cheapest flights with 3 layovers. You research the best price for a toaster. You save, let's say, $200 a month. That's 20 hours of labor for $200. Your effective hourly rate for being frugal is $10 an hour. By accepting that rate, you are subconsciously telling your brain that your time is worth $10 an hour. You are training yourself to think like a clerk instead of an owner. While you are saving $10 on a flight, the person who bought the direct ticket spent those extra 5 hours resting or working on a deal that netted them $5,000. Frugality isn't about money. It's a distraction mechanism. It gives you the dopamine hit of winning a small battle while you are losing the war of asset acquisition. Society loves a frugal person. A frugal person is predictable. They are manageable. They stay within the lines. They focus on the outflow because they've been convinced they have no control over the inflow. This is the hidden societal loop. We are taught to shrink our lives to fit our income, rather than expanding our capabilities to fund our vision. Traditional frugality is the art of learning how to be comfortable while your world gets smaller. But look at the people who actually break the gravity of the middle class. They don't have better coupons, they have better systems. They understand that wealth is a psychological byproduct of where you place your focus. If you focus on the $4 latte, your brain stays in the $4 world. If you focus on acquiring $4,000 worth of cash-producing assets every month, the latte becomes an irrelevant rounding error. I'm giving you permission to stop being cheap. I'm giving you permission to buy the direct flight. I'm giving you permission to pay for the premium version of the software that saves you 2 hours a week. I'm giving you permission to stop worrying about the price of the appetizers. This isn't about being a big spender. It's about aggressive asset acquisition and time freedom. Every minute you spend obsessing over a minor expense is a minute you aren't spending on the big levers. The big levers are simple: your skill set, your network, and your equity. Those 3 things determine your wealth. The price of your groceries does not. There is a psychological trap here called the high earner treadmill. It's where people increase their income, but because they are still trapped in the frugal defensive mindset, they just find more expensive things to be frugal about. They buy a bigger house, but spend their weekends painting it themselves to save money, ignoring the fact that their time is now worth $500 an hour and the painter costs $50. They are still slaves to the process of saving. They haven't made the mental shift from saving to generating. We are living through a structural redefinition of the middle class. In the 1970s, you could be frugal, put money in a savings account, and the math worked. The interest rates and the cost of living allowed for a slow, steady climb. That world is gone. Today, the gap between the cost of living and the savings generated by frugality is a canyon. You cannot clip enough coupons to offset the debasement of the currency or the soaring cost of assets. If you try to save your way to freedom in 2026, you will end up with a very modest pile of cash that buys you a very mediocre life in a world that has passed you by. The real cost of frugality is the life you didn't live because you were too busy calculating the tax. It's the business you didn't start because you were afraid of the initial overhead. It's the version of yourself that never emerged because you were too focused on maintaining the current, smaller version of you. Wealth is not the result of complex math. It is the result of a mindset shift that prioritizes output over preservation. Stop looking at the price per ounce. Start looking at the price per hour. Stop trying to minimize your life. Start trying to maximize your leverage. The uncomfortable truth is that saving pennies isn't just keeping you poor, it's keeping you small. And in a world that is rapidly bifurcating between the owners and the observers, being small is the most expensive mistake you can make. The man in the supermarket thought he won because he saved 84 cents. But as he drove away, he didn't realize he'd already lost the only thing he could never buy back. He'd lost 20 minutes of a life that is already half over. Don't let that be your story. Stop counting the change and start changing what counts.